Hello, this is VGA. This video is a compilation of the other options during the cloud test for the life gem that I did not show you. Unlike the Door of Destiny choice, I showed you all of those. I did not show you all of these options, but I am rectifying that now, so hope you enjoy them.
The mist around you clears, and you find yourself in a familiar place. This is Daventry, and furthermore, you are a child again. A slight dizziness overwhelms you for an instant. How strange, you no longer recall anything past this moment in time. It is as if this is happening again for the first time. Even stranger, you are still vaguely aware that you are undergoing a test of some kind, though for what purpose, you cannot fathom. But look, it is Malvolio, your best friend. The two of you are deeply engrossed in a game of bat and ball.
Ouch!
Uh-oh! That sounds like the king now! What do we do?
You there.
Yes?
Yes? Is that how you address your liege?
No, your majesty, King Edward, sir. I mean, sire.
Which of you two boys threw that ball? The one that just happened to land on my head?
You eagerly point the finger at Malvolio. He hit the ball over the wall, after all.
It was all his fault, sire. Blame him. Punish him. Lock him away in the dungeon.
I see. Well, I am afraid I do not lock children in dungeons for simply being careless. However, I will see you play your game elsewhere. Away from here. By the way, my young fellow, it is not becoming of anyone of good character to blame others for the wrongs they may or may not have done.
Yes, sire. I mean, no, sire.
And considering that presumably you two are friends, your response was not consistent with that of true friendship. The finest knights in this realm demonstrate their compassion by protecting others, even if that should mean putting themselves at risk.
Run!
Impertinence! Well, I never. Children these days.
It was not us, your majesty. We had nothing to do with that.
The king looks upon you with a disapproving gaze. It would appear that he does not believe you.
I do not take kindly to a youngster who willingly disseminates
Huh?
lies. I do not approve of lies.
But it's the truth. The ball isn't really mine, and Malvolio wasn't holding that stick.
Stick?
It was not us, your majesty. We had nothing to do with that.
The king looks upon you with a disapproving gaze. It would appear that he does not believe you.
I do not take kindly to a youngster who willingly disseminates
Huh?
lies. I do not approve of lies.
But it's the truth. The ball isn't really mine, and Malvolio wasn't holding that stick.
Stick? I have asked you both a question. Silence is considered a response equal to impertinence.
With King Edward,
We both did it, your majesty. We're both at fault and deserve the same punishment.
You cast a quick glance at your friend, who just nods sullenly and avoids your gaze.
I see. Well, I do not punish for such trivial occurrences, particularly unintended ones. However, I will see you play your game elsewhere. Away from here.
Yes, sire.
You feel yourself growing older, more so than before the tests began. Again, dizziness overcomes you. Your memory of the previous test fades, and in its place, your mind is filled with the knowledge of everything that has since come to pass. This includes, unfortunately, the dreadful misfortunes which have plagued Daventry since the coming of the terrible three-headed dragon. To make things worse, your 17-year-old daughter has been demanded as its latest sacrifice. In return, it will not harm the rest of the population until the next demand. You would go forth to destroy the dragon yourself, but you no longer have the heart for such quests. Never have you felt so forlorn, so frail. You fear that given the choice, you would do anything to rectify the situation.
A charming view. No wonder you come here so often.
You. I will see you hanged for this intrusion. Guards! Guards!
Calling them will do you no good. For even if they come, they will find their king speaking to only the air he breathes.
A pox on thee! Who are you?
My name, my true name, has been heard by none for nigh on a millennium. It is enough that you know me as the Father.
Then say what you have come to say and be gone.
You never were one for small talk.
You cursed my family. As a result, that dragon is now loose upon the land, and one of my children was kidnapped.
Now that is not quite the truth.
Do you deny your involvement?
Not at all. It is just that you have omitted so much.
Speak, and be gone.
Very well. I want your crown.
You cannot believe what you have just heard. This vile creature has caused untold misery throughout your land for nearly 18 years and has now infiltrated your castle just to ask that you hand over your authority to him? Of all the outrageous...
Is that what this is all about? You want to rule Daventry?
What would I want with a puny little kingdom when in a few short years I will have more power than Legitimor himself? No, I want only the thing you wear atop your head. Your crown. It is an essential part of my plan. Without it, my efforts to prepare for the ascension will have been in vain. I have waited far too long to be deterred from it now.
If you need it that badly, you could have just taken it. You had plenty of opportunities.
Are you completely ignorant of the legends of your predecessors? None can possess the crown of the first king unless it's given.
If you think for one moment that I would...
Before you speak further, consider this. In exchange for what I ask, I shall lift my curse and all that it entails from you and your blighted land. You shall have both it and your family restored in full. Minus your title, naturally.
Your mind reels at these words. For almost 2 decades, a countless number of innocent people have suffered under the afflictions Daventry has had to endure. So many more people would continue to suffer indefinitely, notwithstanding the pain you feel over your own family's misfortune. With a simple statement, you could put an end to it all. You willingly give the father your crown, and the title that goes with it. You wonder what Edward would say if he saw you now. You imagine he would not be pleased.
Thank you. You have made the right decision. Now, I shall send you on your way. Your family is waiting for you. One of them is a tad cold. When ascending Daventry's peaks, I believe.
Very well. I will give you the crown, provided that you will take care of this realm and that no further harm will come to its people.
Of course.
You willingly agree to give the father your crown and the title that goes with it. You wonder what Edward would say if he saw you now. You imagine he would not be pleased.
That is... Of course I would do as you request, if I did not have more important matters to attend to, such as my imminent ascension. Not since the time of the ancients has the world known a ruler as powerful as the one I shall soon become.
You, vile, devious.
And that is enough out of you! Begone!
Give you the crown? My crown? And renounce my throne to you? Regardless of how you would use the crown, I would never hand over my right to rule to anybody. The privilege is mine and mine alone, and I will take that with me to my deathbed. I deserve to rule, and rule I will. Begone, you vile creature.
To your chagrin, the father seems genuinely amused by your reaction.
What a delightfully vain shade of your former self you have become. Perhaps we are more alike than I first thought. Our next meeting will be quite enjoyable. Perhaps I could use such a narrow and shallow individual in my new order.
To give you my crown would signify a change of leadership, so says the law of this land. It also says that the crown is to be worn only by those with the highest regard and intent for Daventry. So, to give it to such a vile being as you would betray the honor and memory of all the past kings who have worn it. No, I will not do it.
Not even for the sake of your family?
There are some principles for which even one's family must be sacrificed.
The man appraises you as a scientist would a unique specimen.
What an intriguing set of morals you have, King Graham. I almost look forward to the time when you will put aside your obligations here and seek me out. I have foreseen that we shall meet again.
Once again, you feel yourself age. You are many years older now, though still, thankfully, King of Daventry. As before, the knowledge of the previous test ebbs from your mind. This time, however, it is filled with a greater knowledge of all that has come to pass thus far. Many years have passed. Your children, once heirs to your throne, have forged their own paths in other kingdoms. Fortunately, chance has seen fit to fill the vacuum. Following the restoration of the Mask of Eternity, Daventry now has a new champion.
How do you feel?
I am deeply honored, sire.
All right. Now, how do you really feel?
Scared out of my wits, sire.
You smile and feel the lines in your face stretch. You hope you'll get used to it when the true time comes.
You know what they've been saying about my decision, that is.
The people question my ability to perform the duties when I have another higher obligation. I believe that I can attend to both with the utmost equity.
You do not deny that this obligation may arise at any moment, perhaps taking you away from this country at a time of great need?
Of course not, sire, but I shall deal with that troll, as they say, when I cross that bridge.
And there is the matter of you not being of royal birth. That does not sit comfortably with some of the nobles.
The qualities of truth, light, and order can shine from even the most impoverished of souls. Nobility is defined through one's actions, not one's lineage, Your Majesty.
You cannot help but smirk. For a man who had once lived as a peasant, he speaks extremely well.
your sword. By virtue of your bravery, loyalty, and good conscience, I have chosen you to be my first knight. Thus you are my successor and heir to this throne. Arise, Sir Connor of Daventry.
In an instant, you find yourself standing before the Cloud Spirit once more. You also notice that it is starting to get dark.
You have demonstrated that you have not yet grasped a basic understanding of compassion, honor, and loyalty. These attributes transcend the mind and speak of the soul within you. In most souls, growth continues unabated. In you, however, it has been arrested. As a result, you have not grown as a living thing should. You are judged unworthy of the heir and growth gem.
In the last fleeting moments of your life, you wonder whether you could have made some better choices.
I did leave out one of the options in this video. Even though it looks like I've gone through all of them, there is one Easter egg that you can get if you do the correct options. The reason I'm leaving that one out is because it's a reference to something later that we'll be doing, and I would not like to necessarily spoil it yet in full. So I will leave that until I get to the point that the reference comes up. Also, to note, I forgot to put this in my wrap-up video, but the missing points that I had were from, I believe, not going back to the library both after getting the second gem and after getting the third gem, as well as me making the wrong choice in this series of videos on the second trial of King Graham and whether to give the crown or not. And I did note the correct answer in an annotation earlier, so hopefully you will be able to see the Easter egg very soon. Catch you next time.